Well, hey there. Sorry to interrupt this podcast as we were just getting started, but I have to tell you something super exciting. We opened the Myo Business Accelerator program early. How exciting is that? Perhaps you were one of the people reaching out wondering when our highly anticipated business course would open. So if you're multitasking, you're going to want to pay attention. The Myo Business Accelerator, or as I like to call it, the MBA program, is a step-by-step business and mindset program for trained myofunctional therapists who are ready to build a profitable, sustainable practice, even if they don't have any business experience and only have a few hours a week to spare. Inside this program, I will teach you the Profitable Practice Framework, a 6-stage process designed to help you confidently set up your systems, attract the right clients, sell your services like a pro, and create consistent income, all while staying in control of your time, your energy, and your life. Now, this isn't just a marketing course. It's a practical, confidence-building roadmap to help you go from stuck and unsure to paid and booked with as many clients as you want. If you are ready to stop wondering where to start and start building a business that you are actually excited about, then this program is for you. But here's the thing, my friend, enrollment is only open for a short period of time, and we are offering a once-in-a-lifetime founders member pricing that you will never see again once we close the cart. So wherever you're listening to this podcast, be sure to check the show notes for the link. Now let's get back to the podcast. Hey, I'm Carmen, and welcome to Myo Life. That's short for My Outrageous Life, which is exactly the kind of life I get to live since I found the courage to ditch dental hygiene and build a life I'm bonkers about as a myofunctional therapist and entrepreneur. Here you will find all the things myo, business, and how to build a life that you too are bonkers about. I'm very happy you're here. Shall we dive in? Well, hello, my friend, and welcome back to the Myo Life Podcast. I'm Carmen, the Director of Bravery at the Myofunctional Therapy Training Academy, and I'm really happy that you're here. We've got a great topic today. We are going to talk about the fear that shows up way more often than people admit out loud. Perhaps you have the thought of like, what if I don't get another client? Or what if I never get my first one? Or what if this whole myofunctional therapy business thing tanks and I have to crawl back to hygiene with my tail between my legs? Yeah, that one, that big ugly fear. This isn't just a passing thought. For a lot of you, it is the number one reason you feel paralyzed, stuck, or straight up panicked. So today, we're not going to coddle that fear. We're going to solve it right here and right now. The fear is real, my friend, but it is also fixable. First off, let's just clear this up. You're not crazy, okay? You're not lazy. You're not bad at this. You're just scared. And fear, it is a sneaky little bugger, and it loves to dress up like logic. But here's what I need you to hear. Spiraling about the future isn't going to keep you safe. It's just really, quite honestly, going to keep you stuck. So if you're anything like the Sarahs in my world, and Sarah, by the way, is my easy peasy, dreamy customer avatar. So when we write content, we're writing it about Sarah. So if you're anything like her, which is like the dental hygienist in my world, you're struggling with a job, you're trying to be there for your kids, you're staying up late Googling like how to manage your time better or how to start a business with no time. And somewhere in there, you're also supposed to figure out like where your next client is coming from. So this might sound familiar to you, which is good because it means you're listening to the right episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve the what if problem now, okay? This is the moment where we're going to stop the spiral. So I learned about this simple concept from one of my business mentors when I was in business coaching one day. And one of my fellow cohort students was mid freak out about where her next client was coming from, even though she had already had clients. Okay. So this might be relatable for you. So my business mentor looked her dead in the eye and said, okay, we're going to solve that problem now. We're going to make a plan for what you're going to do if that terrible thing happens. If that terrible thing of like, I never get another client in my whole life, if that happens. Okay. So the advice hit me like a freight train. So I did the exercise. It's super simple. And here's how it works. Okay. So first you're going to ask yourself, if I didn't earn another dollar from my business starting today, how long could I stay afloat? So you're going to be thinking about like the runway that you have, the money that you have saved, what could you stretch? So for me, that number was $30,000. And that $30,000 is 6 months of living expenses, which I have in a high yield savings account so that it's liquid. But you know, the financial universe people, you know, say, hey, you're supposed to have 6 months of living expenses. So I do have that. So that meant that if I did not get one more client or earn one more dollar from my business, I could keep working to get more clients for 5 months before needing to get a job. And just like that, I exhaled. That simple statement calmed my nervous system because now, guess what? I have a plan and I have a shelf to put that fear on. It's labeled, it's dated, I know it's there, but guess what, my friend? It's not running the show anymore. So it was really the mental shift that I didn't know that I needed. And really the second that you make that plan, you flip the power dynamic. Fear loses its grip when you look it in the eye and say, I got a backup plan, sister. So back off, okay? So this isn't assuming that you're going to fail. I never assume that I'm going to fail, but there's times, no matter how much money that I make, there's times where it's like, oh my gosh, will this go on forever? You know, especially sometimes in the myofunctional therapy world, you might have really high months and you might have really low months. Some of that is self-inflicted in my case because, you know, I'll go vacation or I'll take time to go do other things where I'm not focused on my business. So I might have, you know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 months. And then I might have, you know, a few months of $5,000 months, $3,000 months. And so it all just kind of balances out. So there are those times, especially when I'm in a low month, it's like, wow, what if I don't get any more business? You know, I might make $25,000 over my goal one month, and then I might come in, you know, $4,000 under my goal for the next 3 months. So there's definitely the high highs and the low lows. It's just the nature of business. So well, hey there, Myo friend. I have a quick question for you. Are you curious about a career in myofunctional therapy? If so, then you should check out my free training that will give you an exciting introduction to the field of myofunctional therapy and also teach you some amazing knowledge that you can put to use immediately to help your patients. Just visit the link wherever you are listening to or watching this video and you can get immediate access. I never think I'm going to fail. It's just sometimes that, you know, that thought creeps in. So this is about giving your brain the safety net that it needs to take the leap anyhow. Okay. So solve the problem and then shelve it. Don't check on it every day, my friend. It's not a house plant. Just know it's there if you need it. Once I did that exercise and I thought, wow, I'm good for the next 5 months. If I make no money, which I have proof that I know how to make a lot of money, it's not going to happen, but I know that if it does, I'm good for 5 months. And in that 5 months, I'm not going to just be sitting around eating bonbons. I'm going to be doing the things to develop work. So I just love that it did give my brain a safety net. Okay. So what are you going to do after the plan? Okay. Now you get to work, my friend. If you've already landed a client, then guess what? You have proof. You know how to do it. Rinse and repeat, my friend. And if you haven't had a client yet, if you're just new to this and you're just getting started out, the good news is you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from strategy. And I love that. So you're going to be working on your 90-day essential tasks. You're going to work on building your Myo network. You're going to revisit your messaging and make sure that people know what you do. And that way you can tell them, hey, I can help you. So when you're making sure that people know what you do, this includes those closest to you, friends, family, those 867 contacts that you have on Facebook. This includes you knowing who you help and with what. So for example, I might say that I help professional women over 40 improve their digestion, lose weight, look younger, and lower their stress hormones by improving their sleep. Okay. So that really is a succinct statement of who I help. Okay. That's one of my ideal customer avatars. You're also going to lean into the tools that I teach you inside the Ditch Hygiene Academy. You're going to book a free consult that somebody's been asking you about and you have been afraid to do that. Or you're going to tell that woman in the chair that you suspect she has a tongue tie and that you can help her. You're going to do something because clarity comes through action, not more worrying. Okay. And if you need help knowing what that something is, then my friend, you need to be in one of my courses, either the Ditch Hygiene Academy or the Myo Business Accelerator. So how do you know which one? The Ditch Hygiene Academy is a massive program and it includes Myo instruction as well as the business support. Okay. So if you're just really starting out, or if you took a crappy course that left you feeling very ill prepared for the industry, then you probably need to start with this program. But if you feel very strong and confident in your Myo skills and you just need help growing your practice, you need all that business loving, then the MBA program is for you. Now, the MBA program will be opening soon, so it depends on when you're listening to this. It might already be open. Either way, if you want information about it when we open it, or if you want information about it after the fact, after it's already opened, you can simply send me a fan mail message by using the link at the top of the episode description, wherever you're listening to this podcast. And it says, let's connect, text me. Okay, so that's a real easy way to get a hold of me. Make sure I know who you are and how to get a hold of you, and I can continue that conversation with you. So the one thing to remember, my friend, is that fear about getting clients is normal. It's not a death sentence. You don't need to eliminate that fear, okay? And in fact, you won't eliminate that fear. I've made millions of dollars. I've been in the industry for quite some time, and it doesn't go away. So you don't need to eliminate it. You just need to solve the what if so that it doesn't stop you from showing up. So make the plan, shelf the panic, and get back to doing what you do best. And that is helping people. So if this has motivated you or fired you up today, here's what I want you to do next. Figure out your runway number, okay? Write the sentence. If I don't make another $1, I can keep going until whatever that day is, okay? You can fan mail me and tell me your date. I'll cheer you on. I will make sure that you never have to use that backup plan, okay? That's my goal, is to make sure you never have to use it. Last thing, my friend, if this episode helped you out, hit subscribe, follow, rate it, and share the Myo Life Podcast with a fellow myofunctional therapist. It is one of the very best ways that I can reach and support others who are just trying to figure out all this confusing myofunctional therapy business stuff. And just remember, if I'm not your vibe, if you can't stand the sound of my voice, or you hate my sassiness or my sense of humor, you can always unsubscribe just as easily as you subscribe. So that's all I have for you today, my friend. Until next time, go build a life you're bonkers about, and I will be back soon with more myofunctional business goodness.